Hello everyone. Today I am going to show you how to use MS Excel to build your own software for analyzing data from your field experiment. So we will start from the basic design of experiment, that is CRD, complete randomized design, and later on we will cover other designs in subsequent video lectures. So let's start it. Suppose we have conducted a field experiment in CRD, that is complete randomized design, using 5 treatments and 3 number of replications. Okay, so now we'll develop a software for analyzing data from a field experiment having 5 number of treatments and 3 number of replications. Okay, so first we'll write the treatments. So we have 5 number of treatments: T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. Okay, 5 number of treatments. Then we have 3 number of replications: R1, R2, and R3. So we have 5 number of treatments, T1 to T5, and 3 number of replications, R1, R2, R3. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll just put a dummy data. After that we'll build the software. So here I have put the dummy data for building our software. Okay, so after putting the dummy data, first thing we have to do is to calculate the total of treatments, then mean of treatments. Similarly, here total of replications and mean of replications. So here we'll just put sum, select the sum, then we'll total. Similarly, we'll just pull this down. So this will give us the total treatments across the replications. Then we'll select the average, and then we'll average the treatments over the 3 replications. Then we'll pull down this. Okay. Then after that, we'll total the replications, sum of a replications. Then we'll pull towards right. Then similarly, we'll calculate the average of replications. Then we'll pull towards the right. Okay, so this is the first step. So after completing this, now we'll build the ANOVA table. So first column of the ANOVA table is always the source of variation. So we'll write the source of variation. After that, the next column is degree of freedom. Then next column is sum of square. Then mean sum of square. After that, F calculated. Then F tabulated or F table value. Then interpretation. Okay. So now, what are the source of variation in a CRD, complete randomized design? So there are 2 sources of variation in a CRD design. So those are treatments, that is treatment effect or treatment, and error. Then total. So in ANOVA, using ANOVA, we divided the total variation into 2 groups, that is treatment variation and error variation. Okay. Then what is the treatment degree of freedom? So here the total number of treatment is 5. So treatment degree of freedom will be 5 minus 1, that is 4. Then what is error degree of freedom? So error degree of freedom we have to calculate. Then what is total degree of freedom? So total degree of freedom is here total number of treatments will be 5 into 3 number of replications. So total n is here 15. So 15 minus 1, that is 14. So total degree of freedom will be 14. So error degree of freedom is total degree of freedom minus treatment degree of freedom. So here error degree of freedom will be 14 minus 5, so it is 10. Then after that, we have to calculate the sum of square. So before calculating sum of square, we have to calculate the grand total. So we have to calculate here the grand total. So grand total is nothing but it is the summation of all the values given here. So it is the sum of all the values. So these are the values. These are the 15 values. So now we'll just sum. So here the grand total is 31.4. Okay, then we have to calculate the correction factor. So the first step is calculation of correction factor. So now we will calculate the correction factor as it is the square of grand total divided by the number of treatments, total number of treatments including replication. So here the correction factor will be the square of the grand total, that is 2 times grand total divided by 15. Total number of treatments including replication means 5 into 3, that is 15. So the correction factor will be 65.73. Okay, the next step is calculation of, so the next step is calculation of total sum of square. So for total sum of square, we have to square individual data. After that, we have to sum that. So in Excel, it is very simple to calculate sum of square. So just give the equal sign, then write SUM sum SQ, that is sum of square it will give. So select sum of square and all the data, that is 15 data. So now clicking on 15 data, it will give the sum of square of 15 data. Okay. So total sum of square is sum of square of 15 data minus correction factor. So we have to minus the correction factor. So now it is 8.36. Okay. So that is the total sum of square. Then coming to treatment sum of square, treatment sum of square. So here for treatment sum of square, we have to calculate the sum of square, sum SQ, sum of square of the total treatment values. Okay, so total treatment values. So these are the total of treatment values. Then after that, we have to divide the replication number. So here the number of replication is 3. So divided by 3, then minus the correction factor. Always minus the correction factor. Then this is the value. So this is the treatment sum of square, 8.22. Okay, so now we have got the total sum of square, then treatment sum of square. Then we have to calculate error sum of square. So error sum of square is total sum of square minus treatment sum of square. So it is total sum of square, select total sum of square minus treatment sum of square. Then it is the error sum of square. Okay, so now we'll fill these values. So here sum of square, give the equal sign and select the treatment sum of square. Okay, so here treatment sum of square, it is come. Then select error value, error sum of square, and then click on error sum of square, then enter. So here error sum of square value will come. Then for total sum of square, give equal to sign, then select the, click on the total sum of square value, then press the enter. So here all the values we have put in the sum of square. Okay, then coming to mean sum of square. So mean sum of square is nothing but it is the ratio of sum of square and the degree of freedom. So for that, give the equal sign. For mean sum of square of treatment, we have to select the treatment sum of square, then divide by the degree of freedom of treatment. So treatment degree of freedom, then press the enter, then it is 2.055. Okay, similarly for error mean sum of square, give the equal to sign, then select the sum of square value of error, then divided by error degree of freedom. So it is the error means sum of square. Okay, then similarly total mean of sum, it is not needed. Okay, after that calculate the F value. Then the formula of F value is, it is the ratio of treatment mean sum of square divided by error mean sum of square. So here give the equal to sign and select the treatment mean sum of square divided by error mean sum of square, then press the enter. So here we got the F calculated value. Okay, so till now it is clear. Then how to calculate the F tabulated value? So now we'll put the formula for F tabulated value. So remember one thing, F tabulated value is always seen with respect to treatment degree of freedom and error degree of freedom. And generally for field experiment, 5% level of significance is taken. So what is level of significance? What is degree of freedom? All the things have been explained in detail in previous lectures. So for basic knowledge of principles of design of experiment, you should watch those videos first. After that, you should watch this video for building your own software. Okay, so here we will calculate the f tabulated value. So give the equal sign, then type FINV. So here FINV has come, click on that. Then first we have to give the probability value. So for 5% level of significance, we have to give 0.05 as the probability. So 0.05 write the probability. After that, give the degree of freedom. So here the first degree of freedom will be given as the treatment degree of freedom, that is 4. So write 4. After that, write error degree of freedom. Better we have to select. So here for treatment degree of freedom, just select shift plus click on the treatment degree of freedom, then give the comma. After that, select error degree of freedom, close the bracket and press the enter. So here the f tabulated value. So here we can see the f tabulated value is less than the f calculated value. It means f calculated value is more than f tabulated value, then our experiment is significant. Then now we'll tell our software to give S symbol when the experiment is significant and to give NS symbol when experiment is non-significant. Okay, so when the experiment will be significant, this experiment will be significant when f calculated will be more than f tabulated. So now we have to feed the thing in our software. So first give the equal to sign, then write if then give the bracket. After that, you write, press the shift and select the f calculated value. Then if it is more than, then press the shift button and click on the f tabulated value, then give a comma, then give the S, write S, then write NS, then close the bracket, then press enter. So here it is S, because our experiment is significant, so it is S. Okay, so it is clear now. Then we will calculate the coefficient of variance, that is CV. So the formula of CV is square root of EMS or error mean square divided by grand mean. Okay, so here we have not calculated the grand mean, so now I will calculate the grand mean. So grand mean is nothing but it is the grand total. So give the equal to sign, and this is the grand total divided by total number of treatments. So here total number of treatments is 15, means treatment into replication. Okay, n is 15, so it is 15. So grand mean is 2.09. Okay, so the formula of CV is give the equal to sign and press the shift, then click on error mean square, square root of error mean square. So first write SQRT, that is square root, then press the shift button and select the error mean square, then close the bracket, then divided by, press the shift button and select the grand total, grand mean, and press the enter. So it is the CB. So CB is 0.05. It means 0.05, and here don't forget to multiply 100. So it will be in percent. So CB is 5.78%. So here the coefficient variance is 5.78%. Okay. So till now we have completed the ANOVA, and from ANOVA it is clear that whether our experiment is significant or not. If our experiment is significant, then whether the difference between two treatment is significant or not, that is needed. So for that we have to calculate the critical difference. So the critical difference is equal to t value multiplied by standard error of deviation. Okay, so for that, for critical value we have to know the t value and ACD value. So first we will calculate the ACD value. So ACD value is equal to square root of 2 EMS divided by replication. So first we will write square root SQRT. So square root of bracket square root of 2 EMS. So 2 into EMS means error mean square. So we'll select the error mean square divided by R. So here the number of replication is 3. Okay, so 2 EMS by R. So square root of that will give us ACD. So this is the ACD value. Okay, then what is T value? So T value we have to calculate with respect to error degree of freedom. So for T value, give the equal to sign and type TINV. So here select the TINV for t-test and write the probability. So here we will take the probability 0.05, then give comma and write the error degree of freedom. So error degree of freedom is 10. So for error degree of freedom, so select the 10. After that, close the bracket. So this will give the t value. Okay, so now we have ACD value and we have t value. Now we will calculate the CD, that is critical difference. So critical difference, for that give the equal to sign and just multiply ACD value with the t value. So now we'll multiply. So press the enter. Now the critical difference is 0.22. Okay, so till now we have completed all the things. Now we have the critical difference also. So using this critical difference, now we can estimate whether there is any difference between two treatments or not. For example, here the T1 is 1.03 and T2 is 1.60. Okay, so difference is around 0.57 or 0.57 difference is there. So it is more than the critical value. It means T1 and T2 is significantly different. So the interpretation is like that. So now we have built successfully we have built the software for analysis of CRD, having 5 number of treatments and 3 number of replications. So now our software is ready. But before its use, we should validate our software, whether our software is giving the correct value or not. So for that, we have to open the OPSTAT. So in Google, type OPSTAT. After that, click on this link. Then click on one factor analysis, because our experiment is single factor experiment. So click on one factor analysis. Then here give the data. So now we'll copy the data and put in the OPSTAT. Okay, then click on the submit. Then specify the number of treatments. The number of treatments is 5, and specify the number of replication. Number of replication is 3. Then specify the number of set. This is the one set of data. So number of set is 1. Select the design. Our design is CRD. So click on the design, that's CRD, then analyze. So here the analysis will give the F calculated 140.158. So in our data also, here we can see our F calculated is also similar. Okay, so our result is significant. So here we can see the result is also significant. Okay, so here we can check the CB value. Here CB value is 5.78, and in our software also the CB value is 5.78. Okay, the CD value in our software is 0.22. So in this, CD value is also 0.22. It means our software is working correctly. Okay, so what is the utility of the software? So now you can easily put different data. For example, you are conducting a field experiment, and this software you have developed. Okay, so by now we have to change only the data. So just highlight this, give the border to this to highlight this. Okay, so this is our data. So always put the data in this format. Okay, suppose for example, this is the yield data. Suppose for example, I am interested to study the plant height data. So suppose I'll change data here. For T1, suppose plant height is 150 centimeter, and in replication the plant height is 130 centimeter, and for replication 3 the data is like 140 centimeter. Okay, so for example, I have put the plant height data in the same software only. Okay, I have just changed the data value. So here the experimental result is here. So the experiment is non-significant. It is automatically giving the value is non-significant. So here the CD value is also there. CB value is also there. So you just copy all the mean values and paste in your Word file and make your table for your thesis or research work. So it is so simple. So now the most important question, what is the benefit of building your own software? Because we have already seen OPSTAT is there, also other softwares are there. for analyzing field experiment data. Then what is the purpose or what is the benefit of building your own software? This is because I found one benefit that in OPStat, every time you have to copy paste, you have to copy your data and you have to paste the data in their website. After that, it will analyze. Okay, so if minor changes are needed, then you will not do that means on the spot, because you have to again come to your file. After that, you have to edit the data and then you have to re-upload the data. But in this software, it is easier to change the data. For example, here we can see the experimental result is showing that the experiment is non-significant. So here we can see the plant height in T5 ranges from 167 to 250, which is quite unnatural because the treatment is same, but here only the replications are different. So the same treatment in different replication, it is giving a wide range of variation. So it may be due to faulty observation or maybe something unknown errors. So to avoid that, we can reduce this value to, for example, 200. I am not saying you to manipulate the data. I am just giving you brief idea how this software is useful or how convenient is this software. Okay, so for example, we have given here 200. Now our software given the significant value. Okay, so due to only one faulty result, our experiment is becoming non-significant. Okay, so sometimes we have to reshape or rearrange our data, and this is easier in case of our own built software. Okay, so that is one positive or benefits of using your own software instead of using OPStat. So I hope the concepts are clear now and you can easily build your own software. In subsequent lectures, we will build software for other designs also. So I hope these things are clear to you. Thank you for listening. Take care.